But yeah, those were a few things we talked about.
Love it. Okay, great. This is wonderful. Really good ideas. We've captured it on the video, and thank you so much for putting it in the chat. We will pull these together and share them out in a way that's a little organized, and we can start to build on them as a group. Which actually brings me to the next section, which is just one more way of how, you know, the big question here is, how do we work together? So I'm going to share. So I scoured the internet and found things that regions can do to work together. So this is not only just for individual businesses and organizations, but ways that we can you work together as a region to solve some of our issues and promote safety, etc. So I was going to share some of these with you, and then again break out. And so if you have your pencil in hand, if any ideas come out that come up while I'm sending this out, write them down and we'll have those in the discussion. So here's some examples. This is from North Lake Tahoe. They have COVID-friendly itineraries, pretty simple, including one that's in a fun bingo format. I've been told that Lake Tahoe has had an outbreak. So, but I did keep this in because actually they have a real focus on safety in a number of different ways. And it turns out that most of the outbreaks are in South Tahoe, not in North Tahoe, where they've had a concerted effort to have safe visiting. But in any case, either way, I just wanted to flag that. But this is one example of things that we could do as a region, is to have region-wide COVID-friendly itineraries. They also, North Lake Tahoe, have a guide. So it's an actual printable guide with a lot of great information about the region and the safety aspects and things that you can do, places you can go. Just one thing that they all share, they also have a series of 3 videos that talk about safety in the different categories. So lodging has its own, and it highlights different lodging, people from different parts of the area, talking about the things that they've all agreed to do as lodging in order to save, increase safety. And they also have for outdoor as well as restaurants. So this is something that we could do as well. There's a coloring book for kids that, again, gets your messages across, but in a fun way. Something we could do to highlight the different areas and things within the gorge in a fun way for kids and families. And again, the pledge. This is a seal of approval, something we could do like Hood River has done for their pledge, but we could do for the gorge. There's also a group of guides who are pulling together their own website and a level of safety that they are pulling together called Go Guided. So we're developing that, but this is something that we could possibly do as an entire region, and really, make it clear to folks that no matter where you go in the 80 miles that you're in, at least you can look for those places and restaurants and lodging and what have you that apply to the seal. Bubbles. This is something that a number of countries are starting to do. I don't know how, ideally we would be a bubble as a region. The different towns would be bubbles, but maybe this is something we could do with the coast. But something where we welcome in locals from a different area who share our same levels of safety. Just a thought. The other thing that we found is that, especially in New Zealand, they have closed down all of their international flights in. So they have, a number of the towns have really had this visit local. So reconnect to be a visitor, be a tourist in your own backyard. And there's a number of ways that they do this, from just simply, highlighting the interesting places that you may not have been to and have overlooked, to highlighting different business owners and places to go, and really bringing those to light for locals to rediscover. This I love. This is from Lithuania. It's a series of magnets, and each area has their own magnet that fits together in one big map. So you cannot get the magnet until you go to that town. So I can easily see this for each of our communities in the gorge that make one big interesting map, and you can only get when you go and you do your little itinerary within each town. The other example is the museums of the Gorge have pulled together a museum pass, and they're working together so that it's one pass that you can go to each of the museums, and you can support them even now when you're not able to go to some of these that are still closed, but it'll be good all the way through next summer as well, so there's plenty of time. They've also combined with the art centers and performance centers to pull together one website, but it's the first step in them working together. And the East Gorge Food Trail, which has been mentioned before, but it's a great example of the kind of thing that is road trip worthy and allows a group of different businesses to get together and provide an experience for the visitor. So what I'd love for you to do is break into groups to see what we can do together using these ideas and others that have come up. The scavenger hunt is brilliant. That totally plays into it.